Alright, hello everyone. Today we're going to be looking at the after action report for the Champions Meet number 5 for the Virgo Cup. Thank you to Ramen, Ryan for numbers, Cien, Juice, Clister, Zeus, Rice Tea, Matt, Karhumis, Johnny and Valley for helping me out with this giant project over here. It was all them in terms of generating the output and gathering the data and making all of this possible. I'm just the mouth of the community project over here. Alright, so this project essentially, I want to use this to basically explain to you guys what are the significance of the things that I'm telling you. Is Mount S so significant, MooMooCows? Are these skills super significant, the ones that you're telling me? Like Nimble Navigator, Umamusume, how significant are they? How significant are these horses, blah blah blah? What are people using for cards? What are people using per day, blah blah blah? I have all of this data available thanks to the help of these people over here. If you want to go and join them, feel free to join the Discord and request access from Ramen and he will link you up with all of this material to go through. Alright, then for the data themselves, take note that we did get 1800 responses, but unfortunately over the rest of the days of the Champions Meet, people were inputting the data less and less because probably a bit too lazy to input multiple days, right? That's understandable also. We'll try to improve on that, but essentially you will see the data drop to about 1100. But I think that's a very, very good start that we managed to get such a large amount of responses. I hope to see even more responses in future videos from now on. Alright, anyway, this data once again is going to be mostly for the graded, and in terms of normal distribution, if this was the entirety of Umamusume, then we will be over here, right? We are a very, very small community, so we don't have a lot of data, and we are generally more on the sweatier side, with some of us maybe being a bit more casual, so I would say maybe about 2 or 1 quadrant in terms of where we are right now. Alright, so this is basically the CM group participation over here. Okay, player spending wise, we are going to be mostly F2Pers with a little bit of the low spenders here. I'm considering these two as about the same because this is only buying the monthly pack essentially. And then we also have some people who are willing to splurge on packs, so those are the green section over here. And then there are people who are willing to dump thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars over here, which are very, very rare. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this player spending over here. I think the takeaway from this one is that if you go into CMs, you're very unlikely to meet these guys over here, right? But you are very likely to meet these guys over here. And if they are within your pricing range, you will definitely have a fighting chance depending on how min-maxy you have gone with your horses, right? But note that a lot of people are generally more casual in CMs, alright? So as long as you fight a casual player that doesn't really know what he's doing, you will generally be okay enough to win, alright? Don't worry about it. Okay, next we have the meta card ownership. We can see Kitasan Black, notable rise because we have these selected tokens. So people put their tokens into Kitasan Black because they want to be really strong now instead of saving it for later. Totally understandable. It's just a game. Have fun with the game. Don't need to full save. Full save, suffer for a long time until you get the banner, then you're efficient. No, that's not fun. Right, so it's okay. Don't worry about this one. Feel free to go and do your gem however you want. Right, super quick, very little people because only whales were able to really pull that banner. Fine motion, no banner yet, so it's RNG. SSR Rico, people were pushing for the 1 LB breakpoint, so that's why it's very high. 2 LB was also really nice, and MLB is also really nice. If you had 3 LB, it might as well go all the way to the end, right? Because if you go to MLB, at least you can use that for the upcoming Make a New Track scenario, right? For R Rico Kashimoto, I'm glad that a lot of you managed to get it, but I'm sorry for those who were not able to get it. Hopefully you got a Rico SSR 0 at least to kind of replace it, right? Rush Hour Power, as per usual, people didn't really care too much about this card, so only a select few of you guys decided to go for 3 LB, MLB, blah blah blah, while those of you who managed to get one unlucky copy of it, then you just forget about it, right? Understandable also. Career runs, most people are going to be more of the 3 runs per day kind, use all the rentals then go away because I'd rather do something else. Some of you are willing to do some fan farming, team trials farming, event farming, so you do a little bit more. All is okay, no problem. Okay, moving on. Take note that what you see here is representation of our more sweatier operations. So if you are not part of this trend, you do not have to worry about it because the casuals will always be more towards the left, right? So I'll explain what I mean by looking at this one here, right? On day 1, a lot of people were able to get some massive win rates. That is very, very good for them. However, a lot of us did not get the massive win rate. We actually got around here, but that's actually where the average actually is because a lot of the people that submit the data, they are the confident people, the people that want to win, the people that are really, really sweaty, right? Or maybe slightly sweaty, or maybe just know what to do, right? In that case, those people who are normal, who don't care, they're just here to Oshi gaming, they would be around here, 50%. And that's how it is in the round 1. If you build your horse well, if you know how to get certain skills, if you have a slightly decent horse, you will basically be able to clear this round 1 without any problems in general. If you came in here with like some team trial horses that were not really well built, maybe very, very lopsided in terms of stat lines, then maybe you have a really, really bad time for this CM, or maybe you just had a really unlucky round 1. That's also a possibility. But in general, because it's a lot of very, very casual players, it's going to be very, very high, right? For the win rate, popular horses are Vodka, Taiki, Suzuka, Oguri, Ryan, Marusama, blah, 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 right? Feel free to look at it yourself. Blocker, Suzuka was very, very common as well, but there were also different types of roles here picked, like sacrificial Suzukas or hybrid Suzukas, basically to help rocket launch certain characters forward, right? So that's also understandable. So the utility Suzuka is very popular, and the Ace Suzuka is also very, very popular, right? No problem. And most of them will run as a runaway Unige over here. That's pretty much it for this one. Oguri Cap also is run sometimes as pace, mostly as late. Yeah. Okay, over here how to read this is basically if it's PLL, that's pace late late. The F is front pace late. This is R, runaway pace late. And then pace late, and then late late. These are all of the win rates over here. You are a triple gambler, means that you are gambling. Gambling can be really good, gambling can be really bad, depending on the team comp, right? So basically this thing over here will have a lower win rate in general, but this win rates over here will definitely get tanked later on in the noob fights. When you're fighting fresh people who don't know what they're doing, having a front runner is very, very good. Why? Because front runners are the most consistent positions always for winning against weaker enemies. If the enemy is weak, the front runner is generally going to be able to win very easily, right? Occasionally you see some crazy ones like Lee and P over here, which is just end closers. No one recommended end closers, but they went for it anyway. That's because these people are very dedicated, and obviously they are able to make their horses really, really good as an end closer. And so because they do that, they're able to get really, really high win rates, hard carried by the player skill and player card. All right. After that, moving on to the day 2 is also about the same. You will see less response now as 1100 instead of 1800. That is normal because we lost quite a few people along the way. Okay, so this is pretty much the win rate again is skewed here. Don't worry, you are usually around here. Okay, moving on, data about the same. This is not medium, which means that the Mao horses will generally just stay the same. Maybe some people swap here and there between ace horses because they have another ace horse just in case their ace horse experiment was not able to work, right? And then over here, about the same. Okay. Notably, I think the front aces went even lower here for this one. Yeah. Okay, and then pretty much here, you can see FPL suddenly go all the way up here just because she had a very, very good day. Yeah? Front pace late is very, very good day for them. RPL, pretty okay. PLL went a little bit up today, so it just depends on the situation of that day, and also we have less people now, so that's why. Right, yeah, over here on the left you can see the runaway with the front with the pace getting a very, very happy day over here, able to bump up their win rate by quite a lot. But you can see here, notably, take note of FFP, front pace, and front late. These two are very, very consistent here. All right. Round 2. Round 2 is horrendous. Round 2, it becomes the RNG fest because all the noobs have been wiped out already. So what happens is now, we will basically have to go in and fight really, really tough players, right? So even though you see 50% win rate is the norm here, no, you're actually around here, 40%-ish, right? Average human beings will really be about here, right? Maybe you have a good day, then maybe can suddenly appear here. Then you'll be like, wow, what happened today? It's because you had a really good day, right? Some people have a really bad day. They were winning so hard in the first round, and suddenly in this round, oh my god, I'm cooked MooMooCows. I got absolutely destroyed in this round. But then on the next day, you suddenly come back over here to the right because you had a really good day. Because Mal CMs is very volatile. Shorts is even more volatile. But Mal is also a pretty volatile place because team comp matters and positions matter. If Taiki is too strong, go to second place, cannot win. Taiki in third and fourth can win. Taiki white swing, lost. Vodka 6, win. Vodka 5th, not win. Examples, right? These are just all quick examples to tell you guys about the state of Mal. As you can see here, win rate went to 40% and 70%. We went down a little bit. P is here, E is here, but FF, and FF fronts are always going to be very high win rate. This is normal. Fronts are very, very powerful for winning against noobs or winning against solid team comps. They're able to get a really high win rate every single time. It's just high effort to make fronts. For round 2, day 2, we can see we move a little bit more to the right side. No longer number 10 is the king. Now number 12 is the king over here, so we move a little bit here. So round 2, day 2 was a little bit easier from what we've seen so far, right? But then again, the data also is a little bit less, so also maybe a little bit more biased. Okay. Anyway, everything here, roughly about the same, nothing changes, right? PLL went down a bit, FPL went up a bit, Li PE is here, but FFE went all the way up here. Had a really good day, this fella over here. Huh? And then FFP still here, FFL still here. You can see FF France is very, very powerful. So France, even though some people are saying that they are dead, no, they're not dead. They're definitely very, very strong. It's just very high effort to make them win compared to making something super piss easy like Taiki Shuttle plus Vodka plus Oguri, or Taiki Shuttle plus Vodka plus Maju Ryan. Super, super easy, barely an inconvenience to make these kind of horses, right? Okay, after that we have the finals, matches and lobby data over here. We have the community finals results. So ultimately, the community data, we are able to get a 61% win rate. That is very, very good. We have 24% in second place and 14% here. Never mind, don't worry about it. Maybe you have triple late start, unlucky, maybe got blocked by Taiki Shuttle in front of you, then your Ryan cannot activate number 6 and go all the way. That is all part of the Umamusume experience. You will just win again in the next CM, don't worry about it. Right. Most popular Umas in the finals lobby, obviously, is going to be Taiki Shuttle. Very, very strong horse, very, very common horse. Vodka, exactly the same. Oguri, easy to make. Esmaru, still strong. And Maju Ryan is also a number 6 and win the game. And ultimately, the finals team composition with the most win is going to still be the front pace late, which is the, sorry, not front pace late, the runaway pace late. Right, this is going to be Runaway Suzuka with Taiki Shuttle, with Vodka, the three that I mentioned in my tier list. And after that, we got Taiki Shuttle with Vodka, with Ryan. Of course, this is able to win. Ryan hits number 6 and wins the game. And then we also have the easy one, which is Taiki Shuttle plus Vodka plus Oguri Cap, also one of the easier horses to go and make, also able to get a very, very solid amount of wins. Right. So top finals lobby winners ultimately, just by count, is going to be Taiki Shuttle with 264 lobbies where she is the winner. Vodka is 221 lobbies where she's the winner. Oguri is 157, Esmaru is 86, and Maju Ryan is 69. Nice. Alright, last one is going to be some very important stuff that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and now I have the numbers to go and prove it. Right, we have the mile. How important is distance aptitude? This is aptitude. You hear people say it's okay to not have it, it's okay to have it, but what is it actually? For the Mile CM, it is basically a must-have to have the Mile S. When every condition is about the same, when it's head-to-head fighting, when it's neck and neck, the Mile S literally will define your win or not. And you can see here, with the S versus without the S is about a 9 to 10%-ish win rate difference between A and S. So definitely always try to get distance aptitude S as much as possible. It is very significant in deciding the win in that CM. Alright, if you cannot max the speed, never mind. Just get the S. The S is really that important. Of course, you try to max the speed as much as you can, but if you can't do it, then can't do it. Never mind. Just get the Mount S. It is a little bit of a boost to help you, and it's going to be significant enough to maybe match you with someone without the S. If you fight someone without the S, you will be about the same. So that's why the S is so damn important. It is very, very effective in boosting your win rate overall. Alright, moving on, we have the turf aptitude. Is it worth it? Not that worth it. Alright, if you want to get the S here, please at least get the S on the distance first, right? So you can get S and S, then this S will be more significant. Otherwise, it's actually going to be literally the exact same in terms of win rate between A and S. Turf is not that important. Alright, this could be just biased data, but never mind. It's a very, very good flex here to show you and basically tell you that you must get the distance aptitude. It is just that important for helping you to get a higher win rate, right? For the fronts, you can see that angling and skimming is not here. That's because for fronts, only one horse can win. So since 3 horses or 2 horses are losing every single time you're running fronts, the data for the fronts is nuked a lot, right? So angling and skimming is totally gone because there's a lot more losers than winners. But do note, angling and skimming is a mandatory skill to help you to win, right? For skill analysis, we have a lot of speed skills as per usual, but the notable one is of course your groundwork and you're taking the lead. Golden early lead is very, very much a must-have skill as much as possible. So you can see how effective it is. Early lead is here, taking the lead is here. So it's basically almost a double in effectiveness in terms of being very, very important for helping you to win. Definitely do try to get the taking the lead as much as possible, and of course get your triple greens or get your groundwork activated with taking the lead plus concentration plus 1 more green, for example, right? Very, very important to go and get speed skills for sure for the front runners, but groundwork and taking the lead is still very, very important to get. Okay, moving on, we have the skill meta-analysis for the pace chasers. This one will basically be for your speed skills and of course straight descent. This skill was very, very important to help you to win. If you activated it at the right time, it was going to really, really significantly change your win rate. And of course, speed skills are going to be very, very important to go and get. You want to get your forerunners, of course, for more speed. You want to get your firm conditions for more power, but power for the pace chasers, you can get it just by pumping up that power stat, because Oguri Cap is a very common pace chaser, so she has power bonus, for example. example. So that's a very, very common one to go and pump up the power on, right? But ultimately, you basically want to get all of the good greens for stat lines, when you get all of the good speeds, and of course, if you're Taiki Shuttle, you can get shooting for victory, which is very, very powerful, right? For late surges over here, Triumphant Pulse was very significant for any gambling Oguri cap. It was literally one of the reasons that you guys are going to be winning a lot. Oguri cap's Triumphant Pulse is always damn good. That's why she can be literally used in every single CM from now on until the end of the game, because Oguri cap is just that good with Triumphant Pulse. She has good growths, she has good skills inside of her, she has good Triumphant Pulse unique. She's always good. She's never OP, but she's good enough to always give you an A finals every single time. Right, on your left obviously will be a very, very core skill for the gamblers, because on your left is literally just additional gambling skill for 0.4 XL, and you can also get it on Nice Nature. So if you have the on your left, you probably have the Nice Nature cut, which case you are very, very powerful, right? Because you have double wits cut, and then you just use Nice Nature for a huge amount of wits output, which is very, very strong. Then of course you want Uma Stan and blah 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 and blah 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 blah. But MooMooCows, you say Uma Stan was not so important. Yes, Uma Stan was not so important, but for backliners in particular, getting Uma Stan is also very helpful for helping their position keeping, because usually Uma Stan, even at its worst, is going to just be a regular skill, and at its best, it's going to be a very significant regular skill, right? So why not just get Uma Stan? And even if you are very worried about skill efficiency, why not just buy it so you can get a spark on the horse later? So if the ace is a failure, maybe you get a good spark, then it's a parent now, right? So Uma Stan is always worth to buy. Nimble Navigator is always worth to buy, right? So definitely want that. Shooting for victory is here, while your Pump Some Iron is disappeared somewhere over here. But basically, just know that Pump Some Iron is a very, very strong skill also. Okay, moving on. For Encloser, it's on, very popular one, but notably Nemesis. So this is going to be mainly about Taishin. I'm going to use this to keep pushing my Taishin agenda. Nemesis, very, very strong for certain CMs where you're able to speed carry over this thing, or use it as just a regular speed boost to help you hit the number 6, right? But as you can see, your Encroaching Shadow is literally almost 4 times as significant as Straightaway Spurt. The Enclosers that are not Taishin cannot really use Spurt to win. The only one that can try it is literally only Taishin. Literally only Taishin. So Taishin with Encroaching plus Nemesis is able to win a tremendous amount. So this is something to take note of for every single mouse CM that Taishin works in. She's always damn strong, but you need to know how to build her, and the way to build her is speed skill, speed skill, speed skill, speed skill, and why not slap a Nimble Navigator on her, because she's going to get blocked so much, so why not just slap Nimble Navigator on her if you think about it. So get all these speed skills here, get a Nimble Navigator, and then you can break her and then try to win the game. So this is basically how Taishin plays here. You need to go and give her a lot of speed skills, activate your 2 core skills, and maybe a Shadow Break also as another mid-leg speed skill, and just try and fight for that breakout, right? So you can get into a good position and activate your skill. Okay, now is the agenda and Oshi awards. This posture is not to be taken seriously, take note of that. Alright, but basically this data is useful because we can see that Vodka was the most commonly picked horse across all of the rounds. With Taiki Shuttle being number 2, people will always go towards the meta plus laziest option. This is a fact of gacha gaming life. Alright, people always just meta game by default. So Vodka plus Taiki Shuttle, strongest mile horses, we will just go for that one. Oguri Cap, easy horse to make, okay, I'll go for that one. San Suzuka, my favorite horse, okay, I'll go for that one. MooMooCows told me to do it, okay, I'll go for that one. Something like that also works, you know. Majiri Ryan, number 6 position, but also very hard to go and make because she is a medium and long horse in the career, but you're making her for mile, which means that your stamina is not going to be very good for the career, so it's not so popular compared to the easy as hell horses, which are just mile horses, right? For the Oshi PvP awards, these are the special characters. These are the players that were able to win with the Oshi. The Taiki Shuttle was there, the S Maroons were there, the Vodkas were there, but they didn't win. The Oshi won, and that is why they get a special mention over here. Haru Urara for Kena was able to win this CM, yes. Aishin Flash for Daigo was able to win in this CM. Swimsuit Special Week was able to win for Liwesh in this CM, and Mihono Bourbon for Das was able to win in this CM, that taking the lead doing a lot of heavy lifting. Alright, this is how you can make your Oshis win. So this is why this podium is here, is to just show you that you can do Oshi gaming and you can win with the Oshi. You just need good cards and maybe just a lot of luck if you think about it. But anyway, this guy over here, Kena, oh my god, absolutely massive W for the Haru Urara enjoyers over here. It is possible to win. It is possible. So that's why we advertise the Kena over here, just to show you that Oshi gaming is totally possible. And of course, the GOATed award, however, will go to Taiki Shuttle, because she's the one that won the most finals lobbies. She's the second most popular pick. She's the most popular pace chaser, the constantly most performing horse, the most dominating horse, can win before late surges, and is able to catch all of the Rod Seiyun Skies and Esmarus. While potential award will go to Suzuka, because she basically never wins, but she's able to block, and she ended up helping Taiki Shuttle to use Shooting for Victory, which was literally what I was talking about the entire time, right? Frontrunners are not dead. I never said that, but once again, we're not supposed to take this seriously. Frontrunners are weaker because of the existence of this horse here, so now it's just rock, paper, scissors, and ultimately, some people do not even make the blocker properly, in which case, the blocker will not do its job properly. As long as she delays the activation of the angling and scheming, she is basically doing her job, right? And then the last one to talk about here is basically this dashboard over here for Zeus's website for more interactive graphs and more of the OCR data, which is the image capture data, right? If you want to go and look at this, feel free to access this. Right now, it's basically on a beta basis, right? It's currently in beta, so we are looking for people to help out with the development of this website here. This website will have the future Canva guides as well, so this will be one of the ways that I thought about to basically showcase the Canva guides without making people load into Canva for like 1 million years. Alright, so that's basically what we are trying to do here with this website, to show you all these charts here to go and see all the different things for the different CMs, right? So that is pretty much it, guys. Ultimately, this is just to show that Oshis can win. The meta is going to be always the most popular, and everyone will always lean towards that every single time. So basically, do get your Mal S as much as possible, your long S as much as possible. These S's are really, really damn important, right? That was one of the key takeaways from this video over here that I was trying to advertise to you guys very, very fiercely. You must get your distance S as much as possible. You get distance S, you get the stat lines, you get some core skills. Don't need all of the core skills, just get some of them, and you will guaranteed go to A finals. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video here. If you have any other questions, feel free to either DM me on Ko-fi or go to the Discord and talk to people, or you can go to my Twitch and YouTube streams and ask me about more. If you want to go and help out with this project, please join the Discord and then talk to Ramen and the rest of them that were in the credits, so that you can also go and help out. And next time that you may want to participate in the gathering of this data, you can just wait for the upcoming CM. Upcoming CM, the website will probably be available, or we will be spreading the link on my YouTube channel, and then you can go and click on that link to help submit the form so that you can see your data represented over here in the future, right? So that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. Hopefully this has taught you some stuff, help you to visualize certain things that are very, very important, or why I keep advertising mid-leg, why I keep advertising Taishin, why I keep advertising Taiki Shuttle for this CM, why I advertise Vodka, blah, blah, blah. That's just how the meta works. That's just how the skills work. So if you know all the interactions, it's very, very obvious. But if you don't know, then you don't know, right? So at least now, at least you can see a little bit of it, right? So anyway, that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you guys next time, hopefully in the upcoming Libra Cup after action report video. Alright, thanks guys for watching, and I shall see you guys next time. Bye bye.